Rabotai, Erev Shabbat Shalom, being that last week, Shvi'i Shel Pesach fell out on a Friday, and Shabbat, last Shabbat in Eretz Yisrael was a regular Shabbat, this is the first Shabbat this year that there's a discrepancy, there's a difference between the parashiot that are read in Eretz Yisrael versus Chutz La'aretz. This week's parasha for Chutz La'aretz is Acharei. In Eretz Yisrael, they read Acharei last week, they're already reading Kedoshim this week. It's going to be like that for a little while now. Now, there's a question, what happens now, many times Bachurei Yeshiva are going back to Eretz Yisrael now, they've been here for Pesach, now they're going back. They're going to read Acharei this week. By the time they get back to Eretz Yisrael, they're not going to be able to hear Kedoshim because next Shabbat is already in Eretz Yisrael going to be Emor. So what are they going to do about Parashat Kedoshim? Or, I'm just giving an example. So it's preferable, wherever possible, if they can make a minyan among themselves, or if they can join in and the Baal Koreh and the Gabaim and the Kahal agrees to it, at the end of this week's parasha, at the end of Acharei, very quickly, by Maftir, to read the whole Kedoshim, the whole Parashat Kedoshim in one shot, so at least they'll hear that parasha, so when they get to Eretz Yisrael, they wouldn't have missed it. But again, it's not obligatory, it's not an obligation. Even if they completely miss, now it's not only yeshiva boys, anybody who travels, if you're traveling now to Eretz Yisrael, you're missing a parasha. Because by the time you get there, they're already up to the parasha afterwards. According to the letter of the law, you don't have to make yourself crazy and go here and read for the... No. According to the letter of the law, Kriyat Torah is a chovat tzibur. It's a chova on the congregation. Since these parashiot were read by tzibur, the person, the individual is already yotzeh, even though he didn't hear it. So again, it's not the end of the world if they don't want to accommodate. Again, not everybody wants to accommodate. Why do you want to read a whole other parasha by Maftir? Who says the Khan is going to agree? But even if they do, matov mana'im. By Maran Zechron B'chaz, sometimes when he would travel, when he came back, he would ask in the Kal, obviously would oblige by Maran Chacham Ovadia. But not everybody's like that. Not everybody would agree to it. So, mikol makom, so that's with regards to that. Don't forget that also, this week, by the Haftarah of Parashat Acharei, when you're doing Shnai Mikra V'Echad Targum, the Haftarah is from the Navi Yechezkel. But on the other hand, tomorrow's Haftarah that we read in Bet HaKnesset is not going to be the regular Haftarah of Parashat Acharei. Since Sunday is Rosh Chodesh, we're going to read the Haftarah in Shmuel of Vayom Lo Yehonatan Machar Chodesh. That's going to be replaced with that. Also, minhag of many Sfaradim is that during the Shabbatot, during the entire Tkufa, but especially the Shabbatot between Pesach and Shavuot, the Tkufa of Sfirat HaOmer, we start to learn Pirkei Avot. We don't read. Pirkei Avot is not a tefillah. Pirkei Avot is not read. Pirkei Avot is studied. You have to learn the Musarim of the Chachamim in Pirkei Avot. So this week, those who have the minhag to do so, read or study Perek Aleph of Pirkei Avot. This is the Shabbat after Pesach. Shabbat Shalom, Fizkul Shem Rabot, Na'imot V'Tovot. Be'ezat Hashem will have two minyanim this evening for Mincha Kabbalat Shabbat and Arvit, 6 and 7. Shabbat Shalom.